All right. Looks like we're live. If you'll just give me one moment that I may share with Instagram this wonderful news. I hope that the connection is okay. Maybe you've got too much going on and it's a little slow right now, maybe. Let's see if that helps. I think that helped. Okay, well, just me, so I'll continue this way. So, it's been a good week, I must say. It's been a good week for me. So I started my new job, and we'll start with that perhaps. Or maybe I'll start with my treat instead. Maybe I'll start with that. Since people like food, perhaps the food is the better place to start. So I did my makeup just for you guys, just for nobody and me. I did a little different than I normally have been doing it lately. Went a little more smoky with the eye. Well, just light though. I used to go quite heavy on the eyeliner back in the day, and I actually think that I like the way it looks a little bit lighter these days. It's funny how you can kind of change your taste as you go. So it does feel a little bit weird coming on when haven't been making videos as um, frequently lately, just because I've been starting some other things. So, like I said before, I started my new job. And to set my first week, I got myself a treat. So, I like to keep my eye on things, little startups and companies and things like that in Salt Lake City. Uh, since I used to work before the pandemic and everything, I used to work for a a local newspaper here in the city, and we would do a lot of local features and stuff like that. So it's always been kind of fun to just see what new food pops around town. And there's this donut shop that popped up like right around the time that everything hit. So maybe not the best timing, but it's kind of like I appreciate that it's an entrepreneurial woman just trying to get her vision out there, and she has this has created this cute donut shop with this very distinct aesthetic. It's a little vaporwave and a little bit 70s pop. That would be kind of my description of the shop aesthetic. And yeah, the owner seems very cool. And they started out in this little kitchen. Their name is Mad Dough. Started out in a little kitchen that hosts small startups in town, and it looks like they're getting a new place. And I decided to place myself in order um, for uh, my first week of my new job to celebrate. Um, so I did want to share with you guys. I ate two of these between yesterday and today. I had one yesterday and I had one today. So I'm only going to have a little bit with you guys today because I like to kind of try to save it, spread it out. But like, here's an example. I ate maybe the sexier two, but they're like these cute little filled donut things, and they're really good. She calls them dones, which I think is fun. And yeah, look at that. Look at that little guy. It's funny because uh, when I was going to place an order, I wanted to try a few different flavors. And the only one that I wasn't super enthused about was like there was a raspberry hibiscus one. But then when I went to order a couple days later, they had swapped it out for a pistachio shake. So I went for that one, the pistachio shake, and that's what this guy is, I believe. Yeah, that's what this guy is. So this was the one that wasn't originally on the menu, but I wanted to try this one on St. Patrick's Day when this flavor was originally there, but I didn't because I don't know. You can't be buying treats all the time, The pocketbooks and the belly just won't allow it all the time. You've got to. Plus, it's more enjoyable if you space it out. But I'm gonna try this pistachio shake. I really need to redo my fingernails. Um, I was trying to stop from chewing them, and it was successful when the nail polish was on there, but as it began to chip, so did my resolve. So good to keep that in mind. I'll have to try to do that maybe tonight so that if I have more anxiety this week, I won't be chomping. But I will be chomping right now. Cheers. It's good. Like, I really like the cream is really good. Ooh yeah, there's like almost a butteriness to that one. I got powdered sugar on my mouth. Hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna save that for later though, because I don't want to eat them all. I already had one today. I had the chocolate. No, it's peanut butter Oreos. Was what it was. Because I love peanut butter, so it was good. So look at that. I don't want to like mess up my donuts in there, but you see that. Whew, sorry guys, I'm a little bit low energy because it's been a good week, but it has been a long week. All right. So, started my new job this week. Oh yeah, I think I did go live a little bit. Did I go? I must have gone live earlier this week because I remember telling you guys that I felt like I was like self sabotaging myself. But I got things on track though. You know, I was just having anxiety my first day. How it goes when you're starting a new project and you're trying to like make a good impression, and you just are dealing with some bad feels, and then you get on top of it and then you go. So this week has been it's amazing how tiring this week was, is all I gotta say. Because I just put a lot of pressure on myself. So basically all week I just worked from like the time I woke up to like the time I went to sleep. I was like working on projects and stuff. Let me show you guys my notes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry guys. I should really put my notes closer so I'm not always like walking and going off frame in the middle of my live streams. But look at this, you guys. This chunk is 30 pages worth of notes and rough drafts and yeah, and ad ideas. Just, oh my gosh. Ad mock-ups. 30 pages worth, you guys. So the thing is I had to learn this whole new company. So I got a new new client that I think will be good to work with. I actually really liked this week. It was good. It kind of the pandemic made things feel a little bit no, the world has just felt a bit strange. So getting back into this kind of I don't know, swing of things, and trying to be social again, because that's one thing that's been really hard for me, is like I am a loner, and I just like to stay by myself most of the time. And this pandemic has not helped that, if anything. uh well, I don't know. It was what I needed. I really needed some good, solid alone time. So this is what I needed. But admittedly, I haven't wanted to let go of that. So now that I have a new client and I'm working with a new team, and I should have a nice steady flow of projects from now until, I don't know, until I don't know. I guess that's the thing about jobs, right? Is it could be forever. So, I mean, I don't know. I hope that in the long term, I'll be able to get my creative pursuits going a bit better as well. But I think I would always like for freelancing and working with marketing teams and things like this. I think I would like that to always be something that's a part of my wheelhouse and a part of what I like to do, and help people with, because it is a lot of fun for me. I really like learning new projects and learning about new companies and subjects and things. And oh man, I actually had a ton of fun learning all about whiskey, is what I was learning about this week. And you know what's so funny is I've been getting a little more like my body just can't handle alcohol the way that it once did. In like my early 20s, I could drink a lot more. So I've been kind of like stepping back from the alcohol life, just because it's always been hard on my belly. I have a sensitive belly. I get nausea a lot. So it's one of my just recurring issues that I've had to deal with throughout my life, is just this nausea. So I've been like, maybe I'll step away from drinking, maybe have a beer or two every once in a while. And so it's just really hilarious that after I kind of make the decision that I should drink, probably not drink hard liquor so much these days, that now I get to like learn about it and write about it. So I think that's really funny, but I still enjoy it, you know? I mean, I still enjoy it. And who knows, maybe I can become a real whiskey, a scotch, specifically, a scotch connoisseur now. Who knows? But yeah, guys, 30 notes. Like, I was having a lot of anxiety about my boss, like, not thinking I was doing enough or something. And I wish I could show him all my notes and just be like, I mean, I sent them enough stuff that, I mean, I think he got the picture. And I had to learn a whole new system and whole new industry. And I still, you know, I've only the tip of the iceberg, as they say, as far as that goes. So it's still a process. And let me tell you, by the time Friday rolled around, there was this really hilarious moment. So I woke up Friday and I woke up to sometimes I feel like my subconscious is giving me messages through like little songs that play in my head and stuff. So I woke up Friday morning to this song in my head. So it's actually, I don't know if it has a name or anything. It's actually a part of a mix from San Hollow, his Goodbye 2020 mix. It's about 8.5 minutes in. I'm tempted to play it for you, but I'm afraid of it causing a copyright issue or something. Um, but basically, it's like this electronic bit where it's kind of got this beat, but then over the top of it, it's just this like screaming. It's just like a screaming noise, but it doesn't sound bad. Like I like the way that it clashes. Honestly, I think it sounds really cool. But it was funny because I woke up Friday morning and that was looping in my head, and I just thought that was a very funny message from my subconscious. Because it was like part of me was like, it's like there's this beat and this music. It's like I wake up and there's this music immediately going in my head, but then there's also this part of me that's just screaming like ah, ah. You know, I really just wanted to sleep in, to be honest. But I had a lot I needed to do, so it was a very long day. It's been a whole week of long days, like, you know, just 12-hour days all week. um, of me just mostly reading because my new boss, I like him a lot. Actually, he's a real interesting guy. Um, he one of the things he's asked me to help him with is organization, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I can help with that. And honestly, after my first week, I can see what he means. I can see why there's a bit of an issue there. Because yeah, there's just a lot of chaos going on right now. But that's part of the reason he brought me on team, actually, is because I do have organizational skills, you know. Uh, so hopefully, it's kind of hard to make an organizational system when you only have a little piece of the picture. So I'm hoping, I'm just going to create something from what I know and what I've seen so far. Um, but I'm sure that as I go along, I can think of better ways to systematize things. Um, yeah, because right now it's a little chaotic. Uh, but I can stem the chaos, so we'll get there. All right, so it was, I met the whole team, or not, I'm not the whole team, but I did meet some of the team. I met some of the sales team, and there was some funny moments. Oh man, there was definitely some funny moments on the phone. One moment in particular that I will tell you guys about, just because I think it's kind of funny, and it's just kind of highlights this like awkwardness that politics can kind of create in our everyday lives that is uncomfortable, which I'm glad that I as an individual have a stance where I just try to I don't know, play nice with everyone, I guess. um, Not that all groups deserve respect. Don't think, I'm not saying that I'm being buds with super dark groups or anything, but I don't know. You can disagree with people and still like work with them and stuff, is all I'm trying to say. Because there was this one moment where we're talking with some of the salespeople, and all of a sudden he brings out his like Trumpy bear, and I thought it was like a joke, so I was just laughing, and I was like, and I made a comment because I thought we were just having a laugh. I thought we were just having a laugh because I thought that I had seen that product on like John Oliver or something at one point. So I don't know. I thought it was a joke. So I just like laughed and I was like, oh, that's so funny. And I was just like, oh, I've seen a Trumpy bear before, but not that one. And then after the fact, though, and then one of the sales ladies kind of like left. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, wait, I think a different scenario happened than I thought happened because I thought we were all just having a laugh. But in retrospect, I was like, oh, maybe a different scenario happened than I thought. But like I said, I don't care. If my boss is an unironic Trumpy bear carrier, then that's fine with me. I'm fine with that. Doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm just a little progressive weirdo where I just kind of I'm constantly like shifting my perspective all the time. So I don't really know where I fit exactly, but that's where I fit in the place that doesn't quite fit or that fits everywhere. And that's the way that I've been trying to rewrite that narrative for myself because I think I have this narrative where I just like, oh, I feel like such a weirdo. Like I feel like nobody will like be able to fully accept me and who I am, and I don't ever really fit in with everybody because I've always got like slightly different viewpoints with everybody. But I mean, I feel like if we are honest with ourselves, that's actually the truth for everybody. We just pretend that it's not. But if you get down to like the details, I think that would be how it would be for everyone. But yeah, I just claim that space a bit more. So I've been trying to, because I have this feeling where it's like I don't feel like I fit in with everyone. But then when I stop and I think about it, I'm like, it's not exactly true though. I mean, I do fit in with people. Um, it's maybe the opposite thing where I kind of get along with everybody. So it's kind of the same situation, but I mean, one framing is perhaps a bit more positive. I don't know. And, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a positive thing. So I'm going to lean into that more instead of feeling like I don't fit, feeling like I just fit everywhere. Maybe I'm like a squid or an octopus or something. I can fit in any space. I am a ever changing shape. That's also shaped like Sam, though. So I also am shaped like this. So I guess that's a shape that I can't really get out of in this life, can I? Anyways, it's been a good week. Like I said, a couple awkward moments, and then at the end, I was kind of like Friday, I woke up and I was so tired, but I was just like, got that coffee, and I did my best, to do what I thought was needed, but in the end, you know, I did my best. Trying to coordinate with the India team. Sometimes that's hard to do when you're in different time zones. And then it's the weekend, so it is what it is. I got some campaigns started. Of course, it would have been nice to get some launched, but I learned some good. I learned some good information about communication and that I need to be more assertive. That's what I learned because I was it's my first week. I don't want to go in there and just like be like, all right, guys, this is how it is. I know that you don't know me at all and you've been doing this for a lot longer than me, but I'm going to tell you what's what. So I was just trying to be more like, so in our like chats and in our like task boards, I was just trying to be more like, hi guys, so here's what I'm thinking. Just if you could just maybe do this, or if you have a better idea, that's fine. Okay, thanks guys. Love being on team. But then I very quickly realized that was not working because even though I had put specific directions in that message, people were behaving as though I had said nothing. So I was kind of like, huh. And then I get some pressure, from my boss being like, do it this way, get some clearer feedback. So then I maybe swung it too far the opposite direction, where I was super specific and super clear to the point where I thought it was almost too clear. I didn't want to be, here's the thing, is I don't want to be insulting. And that was why I was, giving everybody respect and thinking everybody will understand what I mean. We're all individuals. We're all professionals here. We're all working together. But it turns out I actually needed to be a little bit more just straight and to the point. And I haven't gotten any feedback yet, so I don't know if my new way of messaging worked better or not. But I guess I'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, so I like made images. I made it super, super simple, super clear what I wanted to do. And like, then after that, nobody really responded. And that's the thing that has me freaked, is the fact that I put all of this stuff out, and then, he's like, create these new ad concepts, and I've got these other ads that I'm trying to get through that need approval. And anyways, it was a whole thing. And like, I felt bad because I was trying to do what he wanted me to do, but I only have so much power from my position. But I was trying to use it the best that I could. So for the next couple things, I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, okay. Because I was sending him some messages just asking specifically what he would like to do, and he just wasn't responding. And I figured he was on calls and stuff, and I could see that he was. So I was like, you know what? He seems to be expecting me to just take charge a bit more, so that's what I'm going to do. And so for that, and then the next post that I made it, I tried to just like assert myself and be like, yeah, be assertive, be an assertive woman in the workplace, and you're a boss. Yeah, he wants you to be in charge of this. So even though you don't exactly fully understand the way that these guys do what they're doing, you're kind of just gleaning what you can. You're going to take what you have gleaned, and you are going to be confident as F about it, and you're just going to throw it out there. So that's what I did, is I really leaned into this like confidence aspect, and I said exactly what I wanted to be done, even though I wasn't sure if that's what he wanted me to do, because he never confirmed my questions. I just was like, you know what? It's been a few hours. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do what I think is best. It doesn't help my anxiety that like everybody just ignored everything. even even when I did my little update at the end at like 9:30, I sent my boss a Skype message just being like, all right, here is all of the updates for today. I got all of the region clerks up done. I got all these I got a few other ads brewing. Haven't heard back from the team yet, but hopefully that's good. I created all these other new concepts for these new kind of like luxury ads, and I got those going. And on top of all the other research that I did, just to try to learn about the company, because he keeps giving me new reading material, which I mean, I appreciate greatly, actually. I appreciate that greatly. So I've been doing a lot of reading and taking a lot of notes, and I've been learning a lot about the whiskey industry. Interruption, 1 second. Excuse me, my friends. I do apologize. I hope that you can't see. I hope that this isn't like awkward. Well, a thing has just popped up and it's ruining my chill. So I'm going to try to fix that. Chill resumed. Okay. I don't know what that was, but that was my power stance or something. Alrighty. Anyways, the fact that everybody just did not respond to me after I was very assertive makes me feel bad, man. And the fact that I put an update just telling him what I did and then he also didn't respond to that feels real bad. This is actually one of my personal things that makes me feel real bad. So didn't like that, but I'm just trying to I'm just assuming that the silence is just everybody checking out for the weekend and everything's good to go. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, I've got a plan for how I want to start tomorrow out. So I've already been doing work today anyway to prepare for work tomorrow. So yes, that's kind of how it goes with this kind of thing, huh? So I already know where I'm going to start tomorrow because I really want to try to help with the whole organizational mishap that's currently going on. But yeah, it was really exciting and it was fun. Like we did a whole I posted on my Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I do post stories a lot and then you'll see what's up on a day-to-day basis. Since my YouTube content has slowed down a bit, just because when I'm learning new things and really getting into a new groove, I find that it's helpful for me to not split my focus. Once I've kind of got a good groove going, it's easier for me to focus on multiple tasks. And I think once I've got a better flow going with these guys, I'll be able to do my content a bit more regularly again, and just yeah, just because I've found with me and my brain personally, when I'm very first like learning the system of something, it's good for me to just fully immerse myself in that one thing and just hyper focus on that until I feel like I'm almost a bit of an expert, or I feel like I've got a good grasp. And then once I feel like I've got a good grasp, then where it's almost like subconscious, it's like a part of my brain at that point. Um, then I can just go back to my multiplicity of confluences or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah. So it's just been a really long week. You don't realize how hard it is because when you're just like writing and you're just working on projects just throughout the day, it you don't realize how much energy and effort you're putting in until you wake up on Friday morning to a song screaming in your ear. And you know what's even funnier is the next day, Saturday morning, I woke up and it was still from that same mix, but it was a different part of the mix, and it was just a really happy, calm song. So I just thought that was a really interesting contrast at the morning where I'm like, crunch time, wake up, get the coffee, do the work, get the projects. And there's the music pushing you forward, but also the internal scream. And then the next day you wake up and it's just like, and you know, you can just take it a little bit more easy, and that feels a bit better. I still had a bit of anxiety on Saturday because I wasn't sure what he was expecting, or I like I said, I hadn't heard from anybody, so I was like, am I gonna wake up tomorrow to a bunch of like I don't know, angry messages or something. So I did, when I did get up, I didn't immediately check. I let myself like have a little meditation chill minute, but I did end up logging back into my work stuff and checking my Skype and just being like, part of me was just hoping for at least a confirmation, like, good job, Sam, see you Monday. Didn't get that, but also didn't get any other messages or updates. So I'm just gonna take it as a neutral. Everything's chill, man. Take it easy. It'll be okay. Monday, everything will come together. You know, everything's already coming together, and yeah, everything's already coming together. Let's see. One thing that I was really neglecting this week was my bullet journal, but I fixed that today. And I got caught up on my bullet journaling. I kind of didn't do. I set up a thing, but I didn't actually fill it out for this week because I just wasn't really sure how I should fill it out, because I wasn't really sure exactly how this new job was going to be. So I kind of just, so that's why I went with, instead of putting this in there, I just put it on lots of sheets of paper. And now I've got 30 sheets of paper that I will put in my file folder, because I actually do have a file. I do have a file, so I will file these in a folder, and then I can use them for future reference. Yeah. Let's see. I did just make. I did make. Whoops. I just filled out for this week though, so I got a space. I can actually start working using it this week again. I actually really like the way the rain looks on that. Like, I just think it looks really cool. I don't know. Like, it's just a simple little design, little doodly cartoony spread, but it just makes me happy with the rain, and it's based on Morton's Salt Girl, as previously mentioned. I will finish that video. I also need to make some TikToks or something. As I said, my personal content and platform has kind of taken a bit of a backseat over the last couple of weeks. But once I don't feel so tired and overwhelmed, I'll be sure to schedule that stuff in as well. Because right now I'm kind of going through a life transition where really interesting, where I just kind of drop from one phase into another, and I feel real good. But those transitions, man, they just take a lot out of you, you know. Let's see, anything else that was really exciting this week that I want to talk about? Updates and things, thoughts. Ooh. I had some interesting thoughts the other day. So here's one thought. This morning, I was thinking about how as humans, we come into the world and we feel like we're building our own story, you know, and we're building up who we are. But I was thinking about how so much of who we are is already pre-written before we even get here, you know? So much of like your appearance, you know, your skin tone and hair and body framing are kind of chosen before you. The culture is already pre-written, already pre-made. You're just kind of born into it, and then this your story's already partially formed before you're even born. You know, it's not like a thing you have to do all on your own. I was just thinking about that, you know, how so often I try to take it upon myself to write my own story and make it my way. And then I was thinking on it this morning and I realized I was like, this my story, the story of Sam, the story of Sam Zog, was already being written before I was born. Who I am, I mean, I guess you can argue this depending on your beliefs, but who I am, I didn't specifically choose this person. I mean, like I said, I guess it depends on what you think happens before and after death. I don't actually know, so I just got to go with I don't know if I chose this person or not, you know, but whether I chose this person or not, I'm definitely living her story. Like I'm in her brain and I'm in her room and I'm in her life. But I don't know if I chose this person, but I'm doing the best I can with her. And I'm actually really glad that I got this character, you know. I think she's a good one. If anything, this week made me really proud of myself because I took a scenario where I was given kind of like smatterings of information, but I really was able to gather the data points and start to read between the lines and understand what's going on and start to understand what I can do to help and what is needed from me, you know. Yeah, because I realized all the pieces that I can help with. And I was really proud of myself for the way I've been handling things this week. Because let me tell you, a younger version of myself was just, oh man, I was so sensitive and I was just like, so the world was so hard for me in my teens and early 20s. It was so hard. But yeah, I'm glad that I went through that. I'm really proud of older, younger me. I'm really proud of me in the past, and I'm grateful to her for propelling me forward and for doing the hard things, even though I didn't want to do them, and for learning how to talk to people. And I guess at some point I just realized that if I want to live the life that I say that I want to live, then I kind of have to step up in certain ways, you know? Can't just hide forever. I had another interesting thought that I'll tell you guys about. I'll show you this little drawing I made. Maybe it'll help. Maybe you can see it. I'm not sure. Can you see that? I think you can kind of see it. So, this was me also this morning thinking about time. And I was thinking about time. And I was thinking about how I used to think of time like this top image here. Envision this. This is basically like, envision that like a slab of ground. And we're basically linear, where you're going and you just go straight and you're planting seeds behind you as you go and you're just going. However, I was thinking about it this morning and I was thinking about how I don't think time is actually that way at all. and I was thinking of more like a time like a spiral, because I've noticed, because it's not like that where you drop seeds in the past and then they're just somewhere else. It's like you drop seeds and they're growing up below you, but it's like seeds of the past come up from the feet, from your feet as you're walking, you know. And so I was thinking of it more like a spiral, and so I started thinking about that same little, basically, slab of earth, only spiraling around itself. So instead, it's like you're spiraling around and you're growing the spiral as you go. And so that way, as you're dropping the seeds, it's like the seeds at the beginning are going through all the layers of earth that you created. And then one day, it's like you just walk into the blooming that you created. Does that make sense? Is that weird? I don't know. But that's what I was thinking about this morning while I was having just a real chill early morning, Sunday morning meditation. And let's see. I said, used to think of time like this, the slab. Now, more like this, the spiral slab. Spiraling layers. The seeds grow and bloom through, grow through the layers to meet you. So it's like, yeah, I like that, because I'm witnessing that sensation in my life anyways, where all of my past works are starting to come back to support me. And I think that that's a good thing to remember. When you're in your early 20s and teens, things feel really hard. But I'm here to tell you that it does get better, that you get into your mid, late 20s, 30s, and beyond, I'm sure. And it's like all of the things that you've done before. Have grown and bloomed or support you better than it did before. And yeah, that's something that I've been experiencing a lot of lately, um, of my old works coming back to support me. Yeah, I couldn't have gotten the job that I have now, if not for all of my hard earned efforts before, and past clients and things. You know, all of those past experiences really helped me prepare me for this current iteration of jumping into something new. You know, and doing so boldly and not being afraid to figure it out as you go. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Here, I'll read you a little blurb from a couple days ago when I was getting tired. Feeling immensely good, though immensely pressured. I'm already tired. I need to process, set more sleep, get more sleep. It'll get easier as it goes along, I tell myself. Acclimation to a new job is always part of the challenge at first. Then soon enough, you'll understand the new flow of things and fall into a new routine that isn't so exhausting. And the way that I wrote that is kind of like, sometimes I like to visually write things in ways that kind of visually represent how I'm also feeling, you know. The typography is part of it sometimes for me as well. Hmm. Man, I've just been working so much this week. I did have fun talking with people in Scotland. I made some new friends this week, and that's exciting. I got some new work, and for whatever reason, that's just the eternal obsession. So my inner Capricorn is very pleased to have some fulfilling work on her plate. That also pays. Because I love you guys. But yeah, as I've been putting a lot of time into this without the monetary support. So it's nice to have work that I'm obsessing over that supports me back in some way. But this channel is for me to support. And that's another thing I'm excited about, because this new job gives me the opportunity to support my art in a better way, because now I can get a new printer, guys. That's been on my to-buy list for ages, because I've been thinking of like making stickers or prints or something. I've got ideas. And also because my current printer, the scanner works sort of. I feel like it always turns things weird colors when I scan it in for some reason. So I'd like to get a scanner that doesn't change the colors when I scan it in. Also, I'd like to have a printer that actually prints, because I thought it was just out of ink. So I bought new ink. But then now that it just is printing all wonky. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, guess I shouldn't have bought that ink. But yeah, so hopefully soon I'll be able to buy a new printer, and then I can explore some new angles of my art business, because I have been thinking of ideas of things to do there. I've got a few different ideas. Those are a little bit on the back burner for the moment. Like I said, just for the moment while I'm acclimating to my new client. Yeah. I have a few other things that I want to buy too, but for the business, but and upgrades, some tech upgrades. But for now, I'm just gonna keep chugging along. I've got everything I need, really. I don't know, to do what I'm doing, so I'll keep doing it. Like I said, in the past, I'm not really sure what sort of content I should be making, or I want to make. Should. Interesting that I said that word. I don't know. I guess there is a part of me that feels like there's something I'm supposed to be making. I'm not entirely sure what it is, though. At first, I thought maybe my plan was just to go all commercial, But immediately, I rebelled against that idea. Sometimes I try to get myself to do things and I rebel against myself. So I rebelled against going totally commercial, apparently. Because I was thinking I'd do maybe like some product reviews and stuff. And maybe I still will try that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But all I do know is that I like the way this feels. And I've always had a lot of stories. In fact, I'm sad that I wasn't doing this the whole time back when stuff was actually going on, because I had so many stories and I wasted all of my stories on people that don't appreciate listening to me. That's one of my sorrows of the past. It's like I have had so many funny stories and interesting things happen, and I always want to tell somebody, and I always pick somebody who doesn't fully appreciate it, I don't think. At least for the past few years, I think that's been the case. I think maybe if I would have put those things on the internet, I don't know if anybody would have appreciated it, but I think I would have appreciated it more, because this past year when I've been cooped up and like random characters and stories and crazy things haven't even been happening. And I've still been able to yammer on and on and on. And so I'm like, man, what about the times where you had met like weirdos on the street, or, you had all kinds of crazy adventures and stuff like that. Then again, though, maybe it's good to not share all of your life. I guess that's another thing that I kind of wonder about, is I'm like, should I be sharing all of these details of my life? And then the other part of me was like, well, who the heck is going to sit through 55 minutes of this? So like, why not? Is the other thing that I say to myself. So why not? There's so much out there. Nobody's going to care, nobody's going to care. What would be really funny is like, flash forward a year or something, and then people are in the comments like, hey, Zach, you thought nobody would watch this, but now we're all watching and we know all about your life now. I think that would be really funny. Like I said, I don't know if it's annoying to you guys. The last time I think I said this, I don't know if it's annoying to you guys for me to talk about that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I just think it's more authentic for me to do so, because I don't know. When I'm doing this, I'm envisioning the current scenario. I've got a double vision on it. I'm envisioning the current scenario where it's just me and nobody. And I'm also projecting into this a potentiality, a future where nobody is somebody and the viewers are here. And I try to think of them as well, And I like to think of you as well. If you're watching this, you're one of those people. But then, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe enough bits of goodness can find their way in this sort of thing. I mean, this is probably why people edit their videos, right? But I think there's just something kind of fun about just improvising and putting it out there. Still, production is on my to-do list. Increasing production too. So I won't give up. I won't give up on my dream, because being a creative person with a creative platform is all I've ever wanted. It's really all I've ever wanted. And I realized over this past year that, what am I waiting for? I kept distracting myself, having myself follow other tangents of my dream. But I know I'll never be satisfied until I actually really give it a real. So I'm going to keep trying. And I feel like most of the times with creative things, the heart of it emerges along the way, And I feel my heart already emerging through this process. So maybe one day I'll have a subject that I can just talk about, that people want to hear about. Maybe I'll get better at making videos and I can just have all kinds of different things going on that are fun. And I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here. I'm just here talking about my life and what it was like this week. Because I got to tell somebody, Loners got to get their yammering going too. Especially me, that has so many words flowing through my brain every day. If I don't get them out, they're going to drive me crazy. So I hope you enjoy that in whatever way. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go because my back is hurting a little bit. And it's almost bedtime. And I've got another day tomorrow full of new things, things that I don't even know what it's going to be. And you know what? I like living my life that way. I'm very grateful. I'm very lucky. Uh, it's a bit stressful some days, but you know, I'd pick this life. Uh, I picked this life. I picked this life, so can't complain. This is exactly what I asked for. This is exactly what I wanted. This is maybe not exactly the character that I wanted to be, but pretty much. Like this is definitely the closest version of me to the version of me that I wanted to be that I've ever been. Yeah. So that feels good at least. Even if all of the pieces aren't fully there, they're there enough. Yeah. Yeah. They're there enough. Enough that I feel I've proved myself to myself. And I can be a rather tough critic. So that's saying something. Yeah. Hmm. I wonder what I'm making this channel for. I feel like one day I'm just going to wake up and know, you know, or I'll probably just stumble into it one day. Maybe I already have and I just didn't realize, you know? Sorry, guys. I think to end this stream, I was gonna pull a little witchling, but look who popped out to say hi. She popped right out. The abundance witch, baby. Let that be me. She seemed rather eager to say hi, so she's our card for the day. Abundance. May we live abundantly and be happy with the good things that we have so far. You and me, nobody. Or somebody. Maybe it's mean to call you nobody. Viewer. All right. Well, I want to end this on something with feeling. I think I'll end on this thought. The feeling of being a black sheep, you know? I've always felt like a bit of a black sheep. And then I found this whole herd of other black sheep. And I found myself feeling like a blacker sheep. But you know what? Fuck the sheep. Let's be a rainbow sheep instead. Let's be a rainbow sheep. Yeah. I don't want to be a black sheep anymore, guys. I don't want to be a white sheep. This is sounding too racial. Now I've gone off the deep end. Actually, while I have taken this tangent all of a sudden, I wish that I felt like, I don't know. I was just thinking the other day how I feel like a black sheep, even amongst the black sheep. You know, because I'm such a little. I'm too weird, but then I'm not weird enough, maybe in some ways, because I'm maybe too logical in other ways. You know what? What do you do when you believe in magic and logic? What are you supposed to do, man? That's a hard position to be in. but a very good position too, I think. While I did write this thought the other day too. I mean, while I'm here, I might as well just keep talking. Why not? I was trying to wrap it up, so I won't keep you too much longer. But something I wrote yesterday, the other day. All of the shades of skin have different rules attached to them. Life is all about the different lives we all choose to live. And I just thought, yeah, all of the different shades of skin have different rules attached to them. All of the different shades of skin have different rules attached to them. All of the different shades of skin have different rules attached to them. All of the different shades of skin have different rules attached to them. That's weird. That's weird, guys. Why should any of the shades have different meanings, like different parameters? That's so weird. Anyways, I didn't mean to take it on this tangent right at the end, but I was thinking of talking about that earlier, about reading that passage earlier, and I didn't. The fact that it wrapped back around. That's the thing. Is as a white person, is I'm like, I don't like, of course, you don't like to talk about that, but I'm just like, why are my rules different from other people's rules? And then I was like, other people, and I was like, yeah, other people have different rules too. And it's like all of these sub rules within the rules. I don't know. I don't really know how to pivot from there. I've kind of put myself in a corner all of a sudden. A corner of awkwardness. You know, I'm glad that I brought that up actually, because this brings me to another moment that happened earlier this week where I noticed ever since I'm a kid, I've always done this, where I have this inner need to just like smooth things over. So my whole life, it's like somebody makes things awkward or does something, and it's like my immediate instinct is to just jump in there and like try to smooth it over. So it's like my whole life I've put it upon myself to take any awkwardness, and basically I just take on that awkwardness. I go in there. I do this with my family and with other people too. And I did it, and on that like team phone call, I did it multiple times. Where I was like, ooh, an awkward scenario is happening. Yeah, reach in there. Ugh. And then I'm just like, oh, take that awkwardness, and I just slap it on myself, and I'm just like, oh, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking my own awkwardness, and I'm just like, let me save you from your own awkwardness. Why do I always take everybody else's awkwardness? It's like I'm just trying to transmute, I think, because I've been so embarrassed and so awkward so intensely throughout my life that now whenever I see somebody else like flailing in that awkward scenario, there's this part of me that's just like, I can fix this. I know how. I've done it so many times. You know, it's like I've made an ass of myself so many times that I can fix this assery. Because there were just like a couple times where like controversial subjects had been brought up, or like jokes that weren't really that funny were made, and I just was like, oh, okay, awkwardness brigade, which is just me. I'm the awkwardness brigade. Unleashed. Take care of the awkwardness. Become the awkwardness. Yeah. I wonder what that experience is like on everybody else's end, because I think sometimes it makes the situation less awkward, but I think it's probably just as likely that all it does is make the situation more awkward sometimes. And I have to ask myself, why do I feel the need to constantly put the awkwardness upon myself? Why do I do that? Why do I do that? I don't actually know. For some reason, I feel like it's my job, though, because I always do it. Why do I do that? I don't know, guys. Tell me why you think I do that. I don't know. Just trying to save everybody from the awkward. Just trying to smooth everything out. Just trying to make things all good. All right. Do you guys like that? By the way, do you like the music or do you like the silence more? I don't know. I just thought it would be a little bit more fun with music, so I did that. But look at this cute little acorn speaker I got. Oh, that reminds me, I missed a detail. So I was putting that counterclockwise. Did that look counterclockwise to you guys? I'm not sure. But what I think is weird about this drawing that I drew, the slab of earth, the spiral slab of earth representing time, for some reason I drew it spiraling counterclockwise, and I thought that was weird. I even wrote a message that says, curious I drew it counterclockwise, because I actually envisioned it, I was going to do it clockwise to signify time, but for some reason when I started to draw, I just naturally drew it counterclockwise. What do you think that means, guys? Probably nothing. But what if it means something? I like to think that it means time is not what it seems. So, my friends, the time is more than it seems. I didn't intend to have such times. This times. All right, guys. Well, keep your brains blooming. Spiraling layers. Seeds grow and bloom through. Grow through the layers to meet you. I hope this week you find the flowers blooming at your feet from the seeds you planted long before and forgot that you did. I think that's a good way to end it. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out for an hour. I'll see you next time, my beloved viewer. Thank you.